Hello Celtics fans, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss Celtics first-hand news and leave your like to strengthen the channel. Once Jaylen Brown made comments to the Ringer's Logan Murdoch that didn't fully back the idea of him returning to the Boston Celtics, the mock trade makers began working on finding the perfect deal for both parties. "As long as I'm needed," Brown said about his future in Boston. "It's not up to me. We'll see how they feel about me over time, and I feel about them over time. Hopefully, whatever it is, it makes sense. But I will stay where I'm wanted. I will stay where I'm needed and treated correct." With the possibility of Brown finding his own team in 2024 free agency now seemingly more realistic with the lack of a definitive statement from number 7 that he wants to stick with the Celtics, NBA Analysis Network came up with the following 3-team mock trade proposal that'd bring multiple valuable draft picks to Boston as well as championship depth. Leave your like on this video to keep up to date with everything that happens at Celtics. Thanks. Continuing. Why the Boston Celtics consider it truthfully, this proposal would be a superb way to keep the Boston Celtics competitive in the short term and restock the cupboard for the future with 2 potentially high-value picks from the Nets. Brooklyn doesn't figure to be a contender in the near future, having traded their 2 stars, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, for a collection of role players and fringe star Michael Bridges. Fred VanVleet would be a perfect backcourt partner to Marcus Smart, though he'd be a capable backup guard next to Malcolm Brogdon as well, assuming Derek White would take Brown's starting spot. Anunoby could replace either Al Horford or Robert Williams III in the starting frontcourt, giving the CS a capable big man. Why the Houston Rockets consider it giving up 4 draft picks isn't a great idea typically, but if Brooklyn was able to field trade offers for Bridges involving 4 first-rounders, the Rockets would surely do the same for an all-NBA talent. Brown could lead the way for Houston's young guns, Jalen Green, Jabari Smith Jr., and potentially have a James Harden-like jump in scoring as the number 1 option in the Space City. The Toronto Raptors likely veto this deal. Toronto would be getting a high-value 2023 first-round pick from Houston that, for all we know, could turn into Victor Wembanyama. In that scenario, this would be a no-brainer deal. Any chance that exists to land Wembanyama is one you take. Otherwise, the Raptors aren't getting much for 2 of its top 4 scorers in the interim. Kevin Porter Jr. is a borderline albatross in the wrong situation once his $15 million per season extension kicks in and isn't getting much in the future with a lottery-protected pick 5 years from now. Put your opinion in the comments as it is very important for Celtics. I update you at any time with the latest news from Celtics.